Welcome to another edition of Lowcountry All-Stars. I'm your host, Chloe G, and alongside me is my co-host, Matt Golden. Now, I gotta tell you, this has had to have been one of our most exciting weeks of coverage yet. Every single game was a close call, and better yet, they were all Beaufort County teams. We saw Whale Branch versus Beaufort on Friday, as well as Battery Creek at Bluffton boys on Saturday. And stick around to the end as we're going to reveal our fan base frenzy winner of the week. But for now, we're going to jump right in. And Matt, why don't you give us the Friday night rundown?
Beaufort kicked things off, going up 8-2 against the Warriors. The Eagles were showing great ball movement while banging shots from beyond the arc. Whale Branch turned things on in the second, tying the score up at 12. They found themselves working it into the paint more and finding success, but Beaufort went on a scoring run leading into the half to put them on top 22-15. They kept on with their game of cat and mouse through the second. Whale Branch came close enough to tie multiple times, but ultimately Beaufort capped things off with a 38-34 win.
So Matt, obviously a very low scoring game. This is something both teams have struggled with this year. What do these squads really need to do to fix that?
I think both teams are really dealing with an age issue. Both squads are young, and Beaufort only has one senior on this team. I think the biggest key is finding their chemistry on and off the court. We saw some flashes of good communication, but it's a long season ahead, and they definitely have some time to build those connections. The good thing is this means it will set up both teams to be good in the next few years.
So obviously you got to see a great game. How in the world were the boys teams able to top that one?
Well, they did. Yet another one-score game for them. Whale Branch kicked things off hot, going up 21 and holding the Eagles to just 8 points early in the second quarter. They were able to hang on to a hefty lead clear through the fourth quarter. With about 6:50 left on the clock, Amani Cleckley finds Garen Willis in the paint to give the Eagles their first lead of the game. Beaufort held on to that lead until the end, capping things off with a free throw from Samari Bonds.
This is not the first time we've heard Samari Bonds named this season. How did he do Friday night, and how has he done the rest of the season?
Let me tell you, this kid is on fire. He totaled 30 points in the win, and on top of that, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 8 steals. He has scored 109 points this season through 7 games. He only totaled 210 points last season, so I would say he's on path to break his own record.
Well, that sounds like an awesome game for Samari, but we do have one more game to cover. The intensity continued on Saturday, and I was able to catch the Battery Creek at Bluffton game, and it had me holding my breath the entire time. Bluffton set the pace early, banging down threes left and right, and they hopped up to a quick 10-6 lead, but don't worry. The Dolphins were able to split the difference in the second quarter to put them ahead by just 1 point. Things started to get chippy at this point, and Bluffton picked up a technical foul that sent Gabe Leggett to the line. But coming out of the half, Battery Creek kept the pedal to the metal, scoring a game high of 14 points in the third quarter. Coming down to the wire, the entire game rested on just one thing: free throws. The teams were trading them back and forth, but it was Elijah Mathis was the one who was able to step up and sink that finishing shot. Mathis did not let these nerves rattle him.
The biggest thing I do when you have those games where the ball doesn't go on the rim or it's not going your way is, for me, I like to stay calm, just breathe. I don't like to get with a mess. I'm not going to throw the ball, get frustrated, because one thing I'm working on is controlling my emotions. I'm a very emotional player. Like, I like to clap, I like to yell, I like to get into basketball. So this is what I love to do. So I like to just calm down, become very quiet, but still play basketball, keep my team together. One thing I like to do when I get frustrated.
Now it's time to introduce our Fan Frenzy winner of the week, and that's going to be the student section of Battery Creek.
The energy that Battery Creek brought to Bluffton on Saturday definitely gave them a real edge in the game. Fans were engaged, and I can definitely say they were playing into the intensity that we saw on the court.
Well, that will do it for today's episode. We'll see everyone back later this week for more Lowcountry All-Stars.